Do you have a bucket list? Do you have like things that you hope to do in life, places to go, things like that? Well, there are some places that as I learned about them, I thought that I would visit them, and they didn't make it into the show tonight because they didn't make it into my life. I'd like to real quickly run through some of those places that went on and then off the bucket list. One of them is Siberia. I'm attracted to places where nobody knows anything about, that are just kind of way, way out there. And Siberia certainly is. And then I found out that there is a train, the Siberian Railroad, that you can go through Siberia. I said, I think I'd like to do that. Check that out. Who knows anything about Siberia? I want to find out. See, I'm always thinking that maybe in these remote places, that's where people are really partying. That's where people are really, you know, living at the higher levels of existence. So, then I saw this movie called Trans-Siberian that takes place on the Siberian Railroad. And I found out that there's nothing to look at but frozen tundra forever. And maybe the occasional ugly Soviet-era style building. And everybody's smoking. I said, nope, off goes Siberia. Then there's Mongolia. Whenever I play the board game, the Global Conquest board game Risk, I always felt I want Mongolia. I always felt drawn to it, you know. And as anyone who's played the game knows, Asia is not easy to hold on to. So if you're bent on holding on to Mongolia, you got to fight for all of Asia. That's the hardest one to do. Well, anyway, I had this attraction, and then I met in the city. Someone came up to me. I guess she was a spiritualist. She called herself, and she said, I just want you to know that you are the reincarnation of Genghis Khan. And your mission in this lifetime is to restore the Mongol Empire. I said, oh, so that explains that. So I started making plans to go visit my people and lay the foundation for my global conquest. I found a tour company that sets up nothing but tours to Mongolia. And I found out that they are the place in the world with the last truly unspoiled place in the world. But then I found out that their capital city, which a lot of the tour exists out of, is the most polluted place on earth. Then I found out their diet is a lot of sheep. I guess what do you call that, mutton? Not my taste or whatever. And a lot of yak milk or whatever that is. And then there was like the same temple everywhere in the promotional items. And I was like, I don't think so. And then I found out that they're really into horseback riding, and they probably would make me ride a horse, and I've never had any luck at that. So off went Mongolia. Then I'm attracted to the islands. See, just as we know that life evolved differently in Madagascar and Australia than other places, well, maybe human life is evolving differently in these places that are off the mainland. So I want to see them. So the first place I'm attracted to is Easter Island, because it's in the South Pacific. And then I find out all they really got there is these ugly statues, and off went Easter Island. Then there's the Faroe Islands. You can see that they're like up in that little middle of nowhere between Iceland and Scotland and Norway there. I'm like, I wonder what's happening there. I found out nothing. That little town is all they got, and that waterfall is all they got to hype up. And then I found that all they eat is dried fish and mutton, and I said, I'm not going there either. Then there's Tristan da Cunha. Tristan da Cunha is the most remote place on Earth. It is in the South Atlantic. You know how remote it is? It takes 2 weeks to get there by boat, the only way you can get there, from Cape Town. So I'm thinking, you know what? I do retreats, I do programs for youth and stuff like that. I'll bet you no one has ever gone there to do that. I would like to do that. So I got in touch with them. They have a website now. Got in touch with them and nobody got back to me. Then I wrote again and nobody got back to me. Then I did some research. I found that in 1961 they had a volcano explosion on the island, and they evacuated the entire island to England because it's a British colony. And then what happened was, once the coast became clear to come back, I mean, they had been welcomed hardcore by the British people. I mean, they threw their homes open and took these people in like family. But then they got a chance to go back, and they all went. England is sitting there with their mouth open. They're really going to leave us for that? They did. Then I saw a video on YouTube about a photographer that had gone there to document life there. And he couldn't get anywhere because they all snubbed him. They all treated him like he was invisible. And the video, it shows how he got the idea, like, everybody loves a party. I'm gonna throw a party, it's my birthday. He invites the whole island to come. And they do. And they ignore him at his own party. So I found out this is why they don't want me in Tristan da Cunha, and I'm not so interested anymore either. Okay? So that's on and off the bucket list.